Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. Last video that I did Roxy's weekly challenge, and I think it was week 29 that we did. We did the little pocket notebooks, and that's the last video I think that I did. So you can have a look back and see those. So I think I'm up to week 30 then of Rachel's challenge. And for this one, she'd the same principle where she's using up her vintage checks and invoices. I'm using digital papers for these. So these are, gosh, what did she call them? Concertina booklets or concertina envelopes. So they've got 3 pockets in, made with book page. I'm sorry, could you see that? Hopefully you can. So I'm going to have a go at making another one of those, and I thought I'd just put the camera on and then you can have a look at what I'm doing. So I'm not going to use the same paper. I'll make another one with that. I've got a piece of Rachel's paper and I've actually cut it in half already, but it was a sheet of A4 of her papers, and I've backed it with her bookend papers, so her kind of wallpaper papers, and I'm going to use one of these. So this is just 80 GSM, so that's why I've backed it, because it's quite thin. So the principle of this is that it's going to fold up. It worked quite well. I liked the size of this one. So this would go in, you know, as an extra in a journal. How far did I turn that one up? It's not going to be quite the same. I think I'm going to do it about there. I'm not worried about making them exactly the same size. And then that will fold down and be the flap. So folding wise, it's just a couple of folds, and that will open out, and then Rachel put pockets in them. I'm using book page, and this is a book that I've got. I think it's a Jane Eyre book that I've got, and I like the pages. It's not too thin. And I think actually those folded in half will be fine. So we want 3 pockets. We don't want to make it too bulky. 1, 2, 3. And I don't want it to be as wide as this. A little bit narrower for the pockets. Gosh, pieces of paper stuck everywhere. So that's about 4 inches. So I think I'm going to cut these that are going to be the pockets about 3 3/4. So I'm just going to cut them at around 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Let's just have a look what that looks like. Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? Yep, so 3 3/4 is fine. And I want although you're not going to see much of the pockets, but I didn't want the white edge, so I'm just going to cut them off so that you've got the writing. It's 2 pockets, and then this will make 3. I guess you can add as many pockets as you want, but I think Rachel did 3 as well, and I don't want them to be, the pockets to be too bulky. And I think that I want to take do I want to take a smidgen off the tops? Let's just have a look. So they're all the same width. And if they were to sit in there, I think I am just going to take a little bit off of the tops. Not a lot, just a bit. Because I do want to put the tabs on the top as well. So let's just take like 1/4 of an inch off there. Okay. Now Rachel glued her pages. She put glue down and stuck them. I find when I do that, it shrinks the size of your page, because if you think you're going to put glue down there, those bits, you know, you're going to make your pocket even smaller than it is. So the way that I'm going to do it is I've ripped some strips of another paper. So I've gone through my scrap bin. I don't know how wide these are. It doesn't matter. It's personal choice. Oh, they're about 3/4 of an inch if you wanted to know. So I'm just going to fold them in half, and I've got 6, so that's 2 for each pocket. And I'm going to use these to join the pocket up, just so that I've got, the pocket doesn't get any smaller than the 3 3/4, if that makes sense to you. I hope it does. So I want a glue book, and I want some glue. So I've got my 3 pockets, 1, 2, 3, and I've got my 6, hopefully I've got my 6 strips. And then I'm just going to put the glue on here, on these. Not very clever gluing there, Carol. And then I'm just going to fold it over. So that's all I'm doing. And snip off. My scissors have gone missing. They've gone walkabout. Okay, one moment. Okay, I found my scissors. Leave them there where I can see them. So that's one bit done. And if I just glue this one in, you'll see what I mean about not losing any of the space in your pocket. Just snip the extra, oops-a-daisy, snip the extra off. So you can see there that the pocket, you get the whole pocket, whereas if I glued it, you'd only get part of the pocket. So that's why I like to do it this way. Personal choice. You know, feel free to glue, if you're making them, glue them. It's, you know, it's not an issue. You do what's best. Oopsie daisy, what's best for you. It's pocket number 2. Oh dear, throwing my glue away. So I hope you're all okay. As I said on my last video, I've tried to do a couple of videos to release as I'm away on holiday. So I think the time this one goes out, I'll just about be home. I think we're away for most of August on this trip. We've waited so long with not being able to go places. So this one, we're going down, we're going to the Cotswolds. We are going to Devon, and then we are coming Dorset and back through the New Forest. So really looking forward to this one. And weather-wise, it doesn't sound like it's going to be brilliant. Here in the UK, the weather is always hit and miss. But like we say, it is what it is. We've got coats that we can take. We've got waterproofs. As long as we can get out and about, we'll be fine. So just take those edges off, the extras. Throw in my glue again. Just being careful not to cut the bottom of those pockets off. 1, 2, 3, that's that. We'll just shove those out of the way. At least you can't, hopefully you can't see the mess I've got at the side there. Right, they're going to go that way because obviously I've got glue on that, sticky. In an ideal world, these would be dry before I start putting them together. So the one that's very gluey. They do dry quite quickly, I have to say, this glue. Tell you what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for that to dry. I am going to just stitch all the way around this one. So bear with me one moment. Okay, so I've stitched all the way around it. That's going to be my pocket. You don't have to, again, it's personal choice. And I'm going to put tabs on these before I glue them together, I think, just so that it makes it a bit easier for me. I've got some more of this paper, so I'm going to use those as tabs. Probably too long, but I can cut them, can't I? Yeah, a bit too long, so I'm going to cut those a little. have them roughly the same size. Okay, get rid of that. And I'm going to use a different, I'm not going to use my glue stick for these. Might start by putting one in the middle. Let's put some glue on there. So the middle one's going to be in the middle. And I'm going to put it down as far, not particularly in the middle. That's close enough. I'll put it down as far as the first line so that I can do the same with the rest as well. And I want one on this side. Oops, you've only put glue on one side of that, Carol. It's not going to stick, is it? Both sides need to be glued for stickiness. 1, 2. And then this one will go on the other side. We'll have 3 tabs. I have to say, Rachel's coming up with some fabulous ideas on her weekly challenge. I haven't done all of them. It's really depended if I felt that I've got enough stuff to, or you know, the right things to make what she's making, or whether I've wanted, you know, I've had a different project on. I liked the one that she did with the stamps. I don't have any of the tag stamps, label stamps, that's what I'm thinking of. But I don't actually have any label stamps. So I kind of was a bit stumped with that one. The way that I put mine together is slightly different to Rachel. I like to put a bit at the bottom and then down the middle. So if you guess, if you like, kind of a T shape. So across the bottom and down in the middle. I don't think it's right and I don't think it's wrong. And I've just realised I've put that on the front. I perhaps should have put it on the back. Never mind. It'll still work as a tab, won't it? Line those up. Still works as a tab. Either way, it's going to get stuck anyway, isn't it? So I suppose I could have put the tabs on after and actually put it over both pages, couldn't I? That would have meant thinking ahead, wouldn't it? I don't think I did it on this one though, did I? No, I did it the same way as this on that one, so that's obviously the way that I thought to do it. Okay, the last one. So again, glue across the bottom and then down the middle. And then attach that onto there. They're not perfectly aligned. I find it difficult sometimes when I've got the camera on, just seeing where I'm at. Just give that a press a minute just to make sure it's gluing. This glue does stick quite quickly. And it sticks itself. Oh, that's not the pocket, Carol, you know, Anna. There you go. Press it down again, seeing as I've just tried to peel it off. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 pockets. Okay. And then that is going to be glued into here. So again, across the bottom. And I guess, you know, this is the way that I glued mine. I don't know if there's a right and a wrong, it works. So you decide for yourselves if you're going to make it, whether you want to glue it all the way down or not, across the bottom. I've just left a little tiny gap there. And that's going to glue into there. So, sorry, I'm just trying to see if you can see without pulling it too much because it's still drying. Without sticking would be good, wouldn't it? So they're the pockets in. And I think I might put a little bit of decoration on, but I'm not sure what I want to put on this one. Just conscious that I want those pockets to dry. Yeah, that's nearly dried now. So what do I want to put on the front of this? Bird, butterfly, flowers. Yep, probably all of the above. I've got butterflies. I've got birds. I've got mushrooms. We could have some mushrooms. I don't think I've put mushrooms on any of them. I actually quite like that because the orange of these mushrooms do pick that out, don't they? That was, if I do, that's a quick decision, isn't it? That's a bit little, isn't it? It's a bit small. They're a bit big. I feel like I'm Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Too hot, too cold, just right. I actually do quite like that one. I like that it picks up that orange there, but I think I need something else with it. A little bit of a fern maybe sticking out. I don't think I've got many of those ferns. I've got a big one there, look. Would be nice in a woodland journal then, wouldn't it? For, mushrooms and ferns. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to put you on pause while I have a little think. Okay, thank you for your patience. I've changed my mind about the mushroom, only because I could just see on top of my bird box I had this lovely owl, and I think he picks up those colours quite nicely as well. Got a few owls, but I quite liked that one, so I think I'm going to put the mushrooms back. Ditch the mushrooms, only for this time, because I think I might use the mushrooms on one of the other ones, because I've got this paper again, haven't I? I've got the other half of it, and I think I might want a label. Greetings, so red the rose. Do you know, I really like that, and so that's what I'm going to have. I think sometimes with these labels of traces, I just seem to open the lid and there's one just on top that I think just fits the bill perfectly. So I'm going to put that on there. So if he goes about there, I'm going to put that about there. And I say I'm making these and I don't know what journal they're going to go in, so be a surprise, won't it? But I think this will go in a front pocket and maybe put some tickets and extra bits and pieces in that the person can use to decorate their journal a little bit further. I do like that. Greetings, so red the rose. A little bit bizarre maybe, but there we go, I liked it. Do I want to put anything on the back? I don't think I do at the moment. I might put a label. I had another green label that I've cut out. I might put a label on it. I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave that until I know what journal it's going in. And then this one, I didn't want to put the hole in, the whole thing, the grommet, sorry, I'm looking for a piece of fabric that I'd got that I wanted to use with this. One moment. And actually it was right in front of me, just underneath something. So that's, I was thinking, I've had this piece of green spotty left over for a while, and I'm thinking I could tie that or use it to tie on, or actually I might just put it on there as a There's if I do that, you're going to hide him completely, aren't we? I could sew it on there. It could be a wrap round like that. I think for now, I'm actually just going to tie it on at the top there. I just liked the green spot against this paper. Might just be big enough to get a bow. Oh, if I can. Can't quite get it. Hang on a minute. Does anyone else struggle to tie pretty bows? I know I do. Right, tie it like that. Go on, Carol, you can do it. Oh, just enough. And actually I quite like that. Yeah, I do like that. So that's my 2 that I've done of these. And I have got the other halves of that paper left, so I can make 2 more, which I will do. And I think one will definitely have the mushrooms on. So that one comes down. It's got the 3 pockets in. I've put that paper on there just as some extra writing space. I haven't done that on this one. I don't want them to all be the same. I was thinking I might actually put a little pocket or something across there. Sorry, I've just got some little bits and pieces in front of me. Haven't got the right papers in front of me, but maybe I will just put some of this. I think I might have another bit of this somewhere to write on. Unsure, but they've stuck nicely. And that will just slip on as the closure. It will. There we go. Turn it so the bow's a bit further up. There we go. So I hope that you've liked these, and as I say, you can store ephemera in them for decorating your journals. So I hope you've liked it. Thank you ever so much, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.